coming. In just 2 hours, President Biden will deliver his first formal State of the Union address. This is his moment to highlight progress made during his presidency and his vision for the future. On 7 Up Front tonight, Oakland University political science professor Dave Dulio joins us. Professor, thanks for joining me tonight.
My pleasure, Dave. Good to be with you.
Tonight's speech comes at a crucial time for the country, certainly, and the invasion of Ukraine by Russia has to be top of mind for the president tonight.
I don't think there's any question. I think you'll see President Biden lead with the war in Ukraine, as well as what the United States might be contributing to the effort to resist the Russian invasion.
We're seeing the price of gas continue to go higher due to the conflict. That's on top of inflation across the board. People want answers and relief. How do you expect the president will address these concerns?
Well, as you know, Dave, there are any number of major issues confronting the president right now. And I think it's for the reasons you mentioned and more, this is probably the most important speech he's given in his political life. I think you'll see him take on many of these issues. Whether or not he can offer solutions that the people are looking for is the real question.
February AP North poll found more people disapprove of how President Biden is handling his job, 55%. Does he have time to salvage his first term? I mean, his legislative agenda is really stalled. Can he do that and revive the political fortunes of his party ahead of November's midterms?
Well, another important question that we'll see how it plays out. Presidents usually don't see much of a rebound in their approval ratings between, say, February and March of a midterm year and Election Day. So that low approval rating for the president might be baked in, which will, of course, lead to a pretty poor showing on Election Day in November.
And this confluence of events, especially of late with this unexpected, I guess, Russia invasion of Ukraine, I mean, this is making for very, very difficult path forward, even for us here in the U.S., isn't it?
No doubt about it. And for the president, it adds to an already incredibly complex political context, tumultuous, if you will, that is going to make it even harder for him to push through any legislative priorities that he may have wanted to talk about even a week or 10 days ago. Much of that, I think, is going to have to be put to the side so that he can focus on Ukraine, certainly, as well as those top of mind issues for most Americans, inflation and gas prices at the top of the list.
Yeah, indeed. We'll leave it there tonight. As always, Professor Dave Dulio, thank you for joining us here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
We will watch the president's State of the Union address with great interest. The Republican response, of course, will follow. It all starts at 9 p.m. right here on 7. We'll also have the speech streaming on WXYZ.com and on our Channel 7 Facebook